saying big school to talk to things. They sparked a conversation that's been going on over here about the immigration issues that people have been talking about over here in Toronto. We're gonna get real Toronto centric for a quick second. Talk to things. I'm just gonna go through my YouTube history quick fast because there we go. Let's go to their channel. Yeesh. So there's a couple of videos here. That title was wild. So I'm gonna look at this video right here. The thumbnail is what got me taken aback. Okay, why so much of them is a wild thumbnail, bro.
The whole scene.
You got to chill. That's the most insane thumbnail I've ever seen. Okay, we'll play a bit of it and then we'll react.
Being a Canadian and living in Toronto, you don't even feel Canadian, you feel very much foreign.
I'm gonna keep it real with the black community. A lot of brown uncles don't like you.
No shit, Sherlock. But let me tell you a secret, Cody. The feeling is mutual.
I'm gonna start a poll too.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our next episode of Talk the Things podcast. Before we get into today's episode, I just want to say that a lot of the things I'm going to be saying in this podcast are not my thoughts personally, but you would hear my thoughts at the end of the podcast. So before you guys jump in the comment section and try to say foolishness, just listen to the video or click off from now and just don't comment no foolishness because it will be deleted, you will be blocked, and it won't be seen. But I want to be talking about the situation I see going all over TikTok, all over. Like, it's table talk, it's public talk, it's upon the news. People in the city are talking about it. It's a big topic in Toronto right now, and I did a video on this already.
And big still to talk to things. He's been doing this thing over here in the scene. He's been putting out some quality content.
And it's kind of a continuation
Big
because
salute to
Toronto
Randy.
has gotten worse from I made that video, believe it or not. But we're gonna be talking about. I don't want to just say it sounds so racist, bro. But it's the Indians. We're gonna be talking about the Indian population, what do you call it, international students that have been migrating to Canada in recent years. I was even having a conversation with a man that I do business with, and he happens to be Indian. He came from India, I think, in 2018, and he was even telling me like, bro, I've never, other than in India, I never see this yet, and it's so much. And he even said, I feel like it's messing up the Canadian way of life, like the economy and
Thank you,
stuff. We're gonna
Saletta.
get into all of that very soon, and I have some notes put down. Okay, these are what people are complaining about. Okay, the unfair job market.
And listen, these are the expressed views and opinions of the Talk to Ting podcast and not of the We Love Hip Hop Network. Okay, I'm going to react, but there's a conversation that's happening in the city.
They also say that they're kind of causing a housing crisis, or that we're in a housing crisis and we shouldn't be taking them. There's food bank problems, which I spoke about in my other podcast episode, and the social differences. There is going to be social differences when you have people moving from a next country to a next country. So let's just start talking about it, bro. First topic, the unfair job market. A lot of people are saying that they only are hiring Indians right now, which is in a way true. I'm not going to say they're only hiring Indians, but listen me out. They say that every job field they dominate. And they also say that it's annoying because a lot of them come straight from India and really can't even speak the English, and it causes a communication barrier. And they say that Canadians are struggling to find jobs, but the only people that are getting these jobs seems to be these international students. Once again,
Now let's stop right there for a second. Let's unpack. I have the poll that's rolling over here. It says, is immigration affecting the job market? 83% has jumped. Yo, you guys jumped on the poll. Pause real quick. Hey, yo. Okay, I'll add an extra one. Holy. 83% says yes, and only 17% says no. Juicy Hamburgers says brown is the new black. Yo, you guys are wilding. Oh shit! I didn't know this was such a hot topic.
Again, these are my thoughts.
Hot
These are just thoughts
topic.
that are coming out of the city and from people who have called in to me before. Because I try to do the call-in stuff, bro. There's something so annoying. I don't have the equipment for that yet. So people are just sending me their opinion.
Guess what? I do. Yo, if you watch this, talk to things, just hook up a StreamYard. Yo, StreamYard will just, you can do phone calls or video calls. And if anybody wants to chime in on this conversation, if you agree or disagree, I would love to hear your opinions. Okay. The link is attached on the top. It's pinned to the top.
Voice notes, whatnot, and that's what they're talking about. So back to the first thing is that they're only hiring Indians, which I don't believe is that they're intentionally doing that. But what I believe is that when you own a franchise, such as you buy a Tim Hortons, they're gonna
How
hire
did we know he was going to go right to Tim Hortons?
who, you know what I mean? Because we had I remember there was a Tim Hortons owned by a black lady, and pure black people worked in there. You will go into some of them and there's only Filipino people in there because the franchise owner is Filipino. You would always have a few mix, but a lot of them right now are literally only Indian people, because I feel like a lot of the Indians are buying the franchises, like the Walmarts, the UPS, all those stuff, the Popeyes, the gas stations, the Petros, the Essos, the Shell. And if they're buying the franchise, they're going to bring their family to work in there. And I feel like that's exactly what's happening, especially now with international students.
Jeez. So let me see what y'all saying in the comments here. Comment gang strong. Black Pony. Yo, let me take that off the screen. This Cooley's getting dragged into this, unfortunately. That's facts, because that's a derogatory term, I guess, these days. But back in for us West Indian people, it's not a derogatory term. Like, this is like West Indian people that are Indian or have South Asian descent, right? Somebody, a Trini person or somebody from Guyana, where there's a lot of Indian culture over there in these Caribbean islands. All right, just to give you all a little bit of explanation. But yeah, they I don't know if they're looked at differently by the public. Like when a white person sees some quote unquote like Trini person, or I was gonna say colleague, but I'm not gonna say that because YouTube, right? When a white person sees that, they don't differentiate, they don't care. All right. But I would imagine they probably do get roped into some of the stereotypes and all that type of stuff. And stereotypes are not good things. All right, let's keep that in mind. Randall.
Come to Canada to not work. So I believe for them to even come here, they have to have them job they set from before they come, or when they come, they have
this guy
to
muted the shit,
right
bro.
away. That's what they be in the lines that wrap around the LCBO and the security office. The lines wrap around the building. But also that's the next thing, that they're in every field. I don't know about like hospitals and things, but you go to doctor's office, yeah, a lot of, but it's always been like that in doctor's office, and I feel like it's like that in every country. When you go to like the fast food now, like, you know, you will go to what would you say, like Popeyes and stuff, and you know, if you go in the US, you will mostly see black people. In Canada, you're not going to none of them and seeing black people. Popeyes, Chicken Joy, KFC, all of those things are run by this majority Indian people working in there. Now, once again, that's not a problem, but a lot of people are noticing that they have a lot of the jobs. Walmart, Food Basics, all of those places, a lot of them are working, but it's like,
for the people out there who are doing a 9 to 5, and okay, because I know that there's a big percentage of the audience who are out there just under 9 to 5 grind. I haven't looked for, actually I did look for a job not that long ago, but just like something more in my field, and it wasn't the easiest, right? Just trying to find a social media management job and stuff like that. But there was some available. What about y'all? Are y'all having a harder time in these days and times to get a job? And let me see what you're saying over here, Franklin. Franklin Fraser says the workforce wants reliable people that don't do drugs, drink, or has excuses for not coming into work. If I want a company to do well, guess who I'm hiring? Hey, I ain't mad at you, fam. You're spitting
like what I said
facts.
before, the international students, they have to have a job if they're coming here. So if they're coming here, they're gonna have to have a job. And if there's so much of them coming here, they're gonna be in so many jobs. But the next point is that they say that the English is annoying. Because they say, we couldn't go to India and not know the language, or not even India, let's say any country, China, or whatever it may be. We cannot go to their country and not know their language, but yet have a job. Before people who live in that country and speak the language and are born there and need a job and can't get one, but they're giving it to immigrants who can't speak the language. Now, of course, they're gonna have an accent. People hear my accent and think it's annoying, but some of these people, they really cannot speak English. Like, they don't. It's like what? Like, it's like you're talking top.
He's going real close to the sun with his commentary on this one right here. Holy. Let's fast forward a bit. Let's go to some of the commentary from the people.
I'd be rich by now.
Indians that are taking all it up, and we can't get a job because of that. But there is a lot of them working. So, I mean, it is hard for Canadians to get a job, and I can see why people will think that. But I don't know. I want you guys to let me know what you think about that in the comment section. I want to play you guys a video of a lady who's talking about that, and then I'll be right back.
On applying for jobs, I'd be rich by now. Being a Canadian and living in Toronto, you don't even feel Canadian, you feel very much foreign. Like, to all those other cultures down there, a specific one, I'm telling y'all, you will see them everywhere, in every friggin' job that you would least expect them to be in. They are there. Like, gas stations is number one top priority. Tim Hortons is number two top priority. I even see them at Italian restaurants now, all American restaurants now. Like, they're just.
I'm not gonna lie, this is very uncomfortable commentary for me to cover because it feels kind of racist. I'm not gonna lie. I know that people can have opinions without seeming prejudice or any type of things, that those buzzwords, but it feels uncomfortable.
They come like roach. They come like roach. Like some sort
You're
of.
gone too far, shorty. You don't have to say things like that, fam. You gotta relax.
You just can't get rid of them.
All right, so now we're at the housing problem, right? They're saying that they're putting all the immigrants them in the housing. Now, housing was always built for that.
That was
But
unnecessary.
it is kind of annoying when you see that there's Canadian people that are on the housing wait list for all 15 years and can't get a place. But some people that just came to the country got a big 4-bedroom house, and you have to wonder how. Like,
You see this comment right here. Soletta Ray says, I can't speak for Toronto anymore, but Scotia, they are doing jobs people won't do. No, that happens in Toronto too. There's a lot of shit that a lot of people, they might be complaining like, yo, whoa, I'll go on. But a lot of these jobs, and I'm going to speak for even just my own people as Black people, a lot of us ain't trying to do. But I'm not going to speak for everybody, okay? People are going to jump in the comments, kick my back in like, bro, what are you talking about? That's not all Black people.
shouldn't you be focusing on the people of your country before you're focusing on bringing immigrants from other countries?
When the last time Tyrone went to go try to get a job at Timmy's? You know you ain't trying to do that. Stop this, fam.
And not taking away resources from Canadians, but in a way taking resources away from Canadians. That part I can understand, because if you have to wait 15 years to get on a
When's the last time Jamal went to go to the SO and try to get a job? Stop this.
Here on the housing wait list, and you're born here, and some people come from other country and get it in months. It is kind of crazy. There is stuff that you can take to get your housing sped up, but a lot of times that's just not how it works, right? And like I said, housing was always built for immigrants, and those
Okay, let's get to more videos.
materials saying how to get free food and housing, so it's a clear target market.
I played this video on my Instagram before.
They make a lot of noise, they jump around, it's like they know who they're trying to. They do too much in social spaces, such as when they
talk to them after. Fam.
I play you guys a few TikTok videos so you guys can see that, and I'll be back with my final thoughts.
I'm gonna keep it real with the Black community. A lot of brown.
So I played this on my Instagram not too long ago, and it caused a lot. Shit, you know what I will do? I'll play it off of my Instagram. I'll show you this exact video off my Instagram, and then we can go through the comments because people were going nuts. This is how I started realizing, like, we might have to check some of, like, I know, like, Black people, we've been oppressed over the years, and we've gone through a lot of shit. But because of that, we don't have to be out here transferring that type of energy. You understand what I'm saying? Not to say that some of these things that the people are saying in these videos are wrong, but transferring that kind of real aggressive negative energy is just what got me kind of taken back.
I'm gonna keep it real with the Black community. A lot of brown uncles don't like you. Sit on the tables, they talk.
No shit, Sherlock. But let me tell you a secret, Cody. The feeling is mutual. Saram Hamathan thought he was breaking some news to the man them. Fam, we've been doing that growing up. Our parents taught us, yo.
The man called him Saran Mana. Oh, don't do that, bro.
These people don't like you, you know what I mean? But obviously we have to go in society and act like everything's all good. But fam, we've been knowing y'all didn't like us, and the feeling is mutual. It's no big deal, fam. We're a thick-skinned people, fam. Even in school growing up, I realized that the brown kids are way more protective of their women than the white guys. The white guys, they'll be like, okay, once she goes black, she'll never go back type shit. But the brown guys, they'll watch them. They'll give them looks. They'll look at you in your face, look at them in their face. They'll pre the whole scene.
I never experienced this. Let me know if this is facts.
You know what I mean? They'll go talk to them after and type shit. You know what I mean? Fam, you don't like me, men are like you. Nobody trying to beg for out here anyways. And in this economy, to be frankly honest, you're the last people we should be worrying about. The white people want you out of here worse than they want black people out here at this point. Yikes. You know what I mean? And that's just crazy. Who would have ever thought they wanted somebody out of this country more than black people? The brown people took that whole position right now. Every time I go on social media, they're complaining about brown people are taking all the jobs. They're taking up all the schools, all the space. Y'all are the new black people. And another thing, why are black people always the topic of discussion at the...
Yo, this nigga, he got heated, bro. Holy shit. This guy had something to say today. He had time today.
Dinner table. Like, I don't get it. Are we like and imagine homeboys talking about, he's like, they're sitting around talking about black people. They don't like black people. Brother, your uncles don't like black people. Our own uncles don't like us. Our own uncles don't want to claim us. You think I have time to worry about what your uncle's doing and my uncle doesn't even want to claim me?
No. You got to speak for yourself on that, man. My uncles love me. Okay?
I'm going to keep it real with the black community.
So, comments. Let's go through the comments here. Big salute to the Shot Review, a.k.a. Steady Mobbing Podcast co-host. He says, I really love how the Indians move as a collective. They're definitely taking over the build and building towards a better tomorrow for their community. See? Not aggressive. Omega Mighty says, we know and we don't care, to be honest. No such thing as brown people. We grew up and we never called them brown. We're being nice. A lot of y'all are different ethnicities came up, started taking liberal or talking liberal, I guess he's trying to say. And big salute to the homie Denver. It's all love, though. Jesus Christ. I'm not even going to read some of these comments. Here's the thing. A lot of the people in these comments are black and they're going wild. I want to ask a question, but y'all niggas are going to call me Uncle Tom for this shit. Are black people low-key racist? I know we can't be racist because of oppression and blah, 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 blah. Okay, take all of that out of the way and let's just use the words just so that we can get the conversation going. You know, are black people low-key on some artist shit? Let me know. Or am I tripping? You know what I'm saying? Jason Preta said, my boys told me that Indian dudes are quick to fight in the club over a girl. Is that facts? They go crazy in the club over their ting, eh? Wow. Listen, there's a link at the top of the chat. If y'all want to join the conversation, I would love to get y'all opinions on this because this is obviously a hot button conversation. All right, the Talk to Things gentleman did a great job on this. Let's go back to his video quick fast. He did an amazing job on aggregating this information here.
I'm gonna keep it real with the black.
The whole scene. And that's just
So we don't have to play this again.
years of existence growing up about black people. They don't like black. Worry about what your uncle's doing, and my uncle doesn't even want to claim me.
These last few years, brown people have become the new black people within Canada, bro. Throughout my 20 years of existence growing up in Canada, through 4 different provinces, from Ontario to Manitoba to Alberta to British Columbia, never in my life have I had so many old white people coming up and talking to me as I have in the last few years, bro. And I started deeping this because the conversations were always the same.
What do he got on his head? He got a shower cap?
They were always complaining about brown people. Like, they can't make this up. The number of old white people, and even just white people in general, that have come up and complained to me about brown people is ridiculous work, bro.
Oh, come on now. What do you think they're gonna do? What about you? They complain about us too, fam.
This is not happening a few years ago. In fact, they're complaining about people that look like me. I'm just here like, damn. This is what the other side look like. Even last year when I was working at the airport for my summer job, I have never seen that much casual
This nigga's like, he's on TikTok, but he sounds like he's whispering about this shit. He's like, listen, like, fam, you're on TikTok. It's okay. We can hear you.
Against a group that isn't black in my life. I ain't gonna sit around.
He just whispered. Spit on the mic. My bad. Pause.
Against a group that isn't black in my life. I ain't gonna sit around here and lie to y'all. In that airport, there was way more brown people than any other race, which really shouldn't even be an issue. But a lot of people took issue with that. I remember there was this time I had a crew chief, and this is the first time I had this guy, this old white man, and wow, he was cooked. I promise you, I'm not making this up. This guy, one of the first things he said to me and the other black guy I was working with was, "Wow, I'm so glad I didn't get any Indians on my crew. They're lazy."
I gotta stop this for a second. Wrote the success with the uppercut. Any ninja wearing a bonnet is disqualified from the conversation. Facts.
And we're just looking at each other like, yo, what? Because taken while he was a crew chief, this guy was also a part of management. So I'm just like, yo, big dog, I don't think you can say all that, dog. It's actually ridiculous. It happens in real life, but
you see, the thing is, what's crazy? When white people start doing this, entertainment, yo, you're going crazy right now. When white people start doing this, like, hey, Tyrone, you know, the problem out here is there's just way too many brown people. They're trying to unify you in racism, fam, and that's not a good look. Right? They're like, they got a bunch of their true feelings that they're trying to get off, and they might have some of them feelings about you, but it's like bubbled up so much, like, I gotta get some racism off. I'm gonna talk to this black guy, and maybe we can find a unified front. Oh well, it's kind of crazy over here at this. What time is Tim Hortons, right? Right, Jamal, right, Tyrone. Like, come on. I seen that. My flavor vision ain't blurry. I seen that one coming a mile away. Don't try to unify on some low vibration shit. And don't get me wrong, I'm not here to try to like disagree with anything that anybody's saying. People are entitled to their opinions or whatever. I just don't like the energy. I understand that some of these points may be true, but I don't like the energy.
It's also online too. I think online it might be the worst. If you wanted to, what I'm talking about, go look at 6buzz comment sections for a second, bro. I promise you, it won't take that long to find any hate towards brown people. I open up the comment section and all I see is people complaining about brown people taking all the jobs out there. I'm just like, damn, this place is lucky cuts. And there I was thinking that everything was getting better when I started seeing more old white people smiling at me in the streets. Whole time, the only reason they were smiling at me in the streets is because they found a new enemy. And I can't even say here.
That's crazy. So what are you saying? Karens are like, hey, Leroy. Thank you, entertainment. Hey, Leroy. Oh, there's a black. We need more of them around now. What happened to the blacks? Remember when we didn't want them around? Bring back blacks. We shouldn't be happy about this. That's not a W, right? Oh, like, you know, Karen just looking at you like the lesser evil. Hi. Don't get me wrong. A lot of Karens get their backs blown out.
White people. I've seen an exuberant amount of every other race that isn't white hate on brown people too. And I'm just like, dog, y'all realize we're in the same position as them like a few years ago? I don't know, bro. It's kind of sad to see, to be honest with you. I thought we was moving forward when I started seeing those smiles.
Yo, you gotta take it easy on the bonnet, bro. Holy.
The target just shifted to someone else. Things like this really just goes to show how hurt people, and hate begets hate.
Facts.
There's no way I should see black people teaming up with white people against the brown people when the white people were just saying the same things they're saying about the brown people now to us a few years ago. What are we doing? I'm praying that the world heals one day.
What is going on in Canada?
Bro, spitting, yo. he laid the gospel on those last bars right there. You know what I'm saying? Finished off them 16 bars tough. Peace Love says Friday with Chris Sky's inner thoughts. Oh, me and Chris Sky have nothing in common. Okay, we got nothing in common.
Canada. If you look throughout Canada right now, as you see by the videos, there's a lot of celebration of the Desi culture going on, which I think is great. I think it's always great to celebrate your culture. I do think there is a fine line of respecting other people around you and other cultures around you, because in these countries, Canada, US, UK, Australia, you're in a melting pot. There's other cultures. You got to be mindful of what you're celebrating. If you're doing a Diwali celebration in Walmart, I think it's funny. I think it's cool. But the people...
That was in a Walmart? A lie. That's crazy.
Who don't celebrate the holiday, who are going to Walmart just to shop, see that. Like, for them, it's kind of inconvenient. Like, hey, I'm just here to shop. But yeah, I just think it's just a common courtesy thing of like, hey, if you're going to celebrate Diwali, let's not do it in a Walmart. And out of all places, why a Walmart? Like, pick a nice community center or something else besides Walmart. And also,
yeah. They're doing too much. If you're gonna just take over the Walmart like that, fam, like you're just being extra because you can. Don't do that. That's when you're pushing niggas like Leroy and them over to the edge, fam. Leroy teaming up with Karen and Amber. Come on. Boundaries.
The Canadian national anthem being sung in Punjabi, and that caused outrage. I really don't find an issue with it, because like if you have a big Punjabi community, you want to do something nice that I guess brings the community together. On the flip side, if it is a diverse community, now you got to do other languages for the national anthem. It creates a tricky fine line of like who do we include and who do we not. Overall, Canada is known for being a big Desi population. I literally went to Calgary. I went to the Toronto airport. Like, I've been around Canada. The biggest thing people are saying is like, oh, these people are coming in and now they're changing our culture, which I don't think is true. I think Canadian culture is in check. And I just think a lot of people do naturally just assimilate.
1 second, gang. I played this already, so I've already heard a lot of this, but I got to turn down this air conditioner. It's cold as a mofo.
To the culture and just bring your own twist and stuff to it. But I don't think it's that big a deal that people are making it out to be on like social media comments of like, oh no, they're taking over a country or Canada lost its way. I just think there should be a little more awareness of like when you're doing certain events, or just have respect for the overall Canadian population, other cultures and other people.
All right, so you guys just see that. Now, I want to get into my final thoughts with this whole situation. And now these are my thoughts. I think that, yeah, it is a big amount.
And just bring your own twist and stuff to it. But I don't think it's that big a deal that people are making it out to be on like social media comments of like, oh no, they're taking over a country or Canada lost its way.
So, okay, let's unpack this. Why do y'all think that this is a thing that's happening? And do people really have an issue with it, or do you think it's just a social media thing? Okay, let's go through some of these comments over here and see how the people feel. Okay, I'm asking two questions right here. One, why do you think that this is something that is a thing now that's happening, an influx? And I'm not only talking about just one country specifically, multiple countries, right? Where we're having way more people immigrating into Canada. And two, is it really an issue, or is it something that people are just saying on social media? Okay. And this is not technically social media. We're here on a live chat, so we're getting real opinions. So let's go through it here. Isaiah LeBlanc says, super true, them alta ada. Jason Freta says, my opinion on this, it's rooted in how most people think that they have no interest in becoming Canadians. It is true, no, but let me read it over here. But you can see how some of these things can rub some people the wrong way. Facts. Big salute to these guys are responding to each other. Oh, but big salute to Capadon Gold Star Inc. Right? Juicy Hamburger says people have an issue with it. Hold on, there's more comments here. Because they can't get a job. Franklin Fraser says the government has everyone fighting with each other and laughing in the background. Big facts. Big facts. Isaiah LeBlanc says the influx is real. Peace Love says 2 months from now, no one will notice. Soletta Ray says, because the economy's growth is slowed down and the Karens and Kens are only run one play, divide and conquer. Bars. That's a fact. Jason Freda says it's true. My grammar is ass. So listen, I guess from the comment gang here, from what I was showing you guys on my Instagram page as well, this is a growing sentiment in this country. We're going to leave it here for now. There's something that we can address later on because I feel that this is a conversation that's going to continue. I'm going to definitely also bring this up with the podcast with my co-host. See what their opinions are on this. But big salute to all the people out here, the South Asian people, you know what I'm saying? Big salute to all my people from Korea, from India, the whole Punjabi community. Big salute to all the people from China, Japan. Listen, wherever you come from, the Ukraine, you know, we're an open, welcoming arms country. We're supposed to be one of these places that are a multicultural community. So this type of talks just like, I get it, but it makes me uncomfortable. That's just in my opinion. All right. Let me just get a couple more comments in here about this because I like the conversation that y'all are having over here. Let's see. Road to Success says social media blowing it out of proportion. Could be. There's a lot of TikTok videos on this shit. And, you know, the homie over here from Talk to Tings, he got 21,000 views in 4 days on this topic alone. Like, this is a hot topic. All right.
We love hip hop.